What's up, everybody? It's Winning Wednesday. You already know the vibes. It's your girl, Brandi Harvey. Drop where you're listening from, where you're watching from. It's Winning Wednesday. How y'all doing? All my replay watchers, good to see you in the building. Drop where you're listening from, where you're watching from. It's Winning Wednesday. All my YouTubers, good to see you in the building today. It's Winning Wednesday. How y'all doing? I got a special guest. She's going to be joining me. She's getting her camera set up, you guys. So good to see y'all. It's Winning Wednesday. Jacqueline, Dallas, Texas. Atlanta, Georgia is in the building. Cleveland, Ohio is most definitely in the house. DC is in the building. Good to see you. South Carolina is in the building. Cleveland, what's up? The 216 is in the building. Good to see you. Compton, California. That means Jay Matrice is in the building. Owings Mill, Maryland is in the building. Good to see y'all. It's Winning Wednesday. Good to see y'all, Cleveland. Nice to see you. Australia's in the building. Good to see you. South Carolina's in the building. New Jersey's in the building. It's Winning Wednesday. How y'all doing today? Good to see y'all. All my June challenge people. Oh, it's on and it's popping. What's up, North Carolina? Good to see you. New York is in the house. How y'all doing? Victoria, it's good to see you in the building. H-Town, Houston, Texas, Conyers, Georgia is in the building. Arkansas is in the building. That means Marquisha is in the building. Good to see y'all. It's Winning Wednesday. How you doing, Erica? Good to see you. Miss Joycelyn. That means Las Vegas is in the building. Good to see you today. It's Winning Wednesday. Jamaica. I see Pismo Beach, California is in the building. Miami. What's Miami? I can't even. Dade County. The 305. Yeah. MIAMI. What's up? Good to see y'all. It's Winning Wednesday. How y'all doing? Bermuda's in the house. Welcome, everybody. What's going on? So Carly is here, y'all. She's not on camera yet because I was talking about this. I want to talk about the June challenge, but she has not. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Queen of Cascades in the building. I was gonna bump these locks today, but it wasn't happening. That rain came down. I said I need to just stay committed to this ponytail. Okay, how y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Listen, Carly's in the building. She's got something that she's announcing that she's gonna be talking about. But before Carly comes on, London is in the building. Good to see y'all. It's Winning Wednesday. Y'all, if you have not checked in with me, they said, how's everybody doing over here? Birmingham, Alabama's over here on YouTube. One God, good to see you. Y'all know June is here. We are in June. June is here. Spring is sprung. We are rolling our way into summer. And if you have been following me, you know that we in the June challenge. May, we was doing our cardio. We was drinking our water. We was minding our business, New York. I see you. We was up in here. We was getting our cardio in every single day, 30 minutes minimum. But for June, I said average is still the enemy. We got to up the ante. So in order to up the ante, what did I say? I said to Nakia last week when we were on, I said, Nakia, I think, what if we do the 100 Club? What if we get folks to join in on the 100 Club? What is the 100 Club? That means you're still drinking your water. You're still doing your cardio, but you are adding in 100 abs and 100 squats in your everyday movement. All right. 100 abs, 100 squats. Good to see y'all. How y'all doing? I said, who doesn't want to be in the 100 Club? Right? Okay. Carly is about to get on my
I'm my audience.
You're the audience.
You gotta learn how to deal with your audience.
Oh, this
You're live.
Yeah, you're live. You're my audience. My in-studio audience is giving me yes. So my in-studio audience, y'all, is here. Bermuda says lost 9 pounds in May, vacation included. Let's go. Now, all y'all who signed up on a challenge, for everybody who signed up on my challenge, Nakia was out of the office, okay, this week. And so I had a little issue with the June challenge sign-up sheet. So I just sent y'all asses the May one. Okay. So I just sent the May one. So I got emails, I got DMs about people who said, this say the May challenge. Am I gonna be, baby, you in? Okay, long as we didn't capture that email and that good old number, you are in the challenge. All right. So everybody who signed up, just know if you signed up, on that May form, you already in the June challenge. But if you're here on YouTube, guess what? Nakia, she in the building. She done dropped a Google form. Go ahead and just come on over to YouTube and sign up. So if you signed up and you hit the link and I send it to you in the DM and it said May challenge, don't worry, you in the challenge. All you got to start doing is clocking your squats and clocking your abs every single day. Now, if y'all don't know, I said I was not, y'all know I don't be doing the videos too much all the time. But because I launched this challenge on Sunday and everybody started sending me their videos and tagging me on the videos, baby, I said, well, I got to get my videos up. Cindy from California, good to see you in the building. I got to get my videos up, True Bulldog. I had to get them up. Erica, I had to get them up. Miss Patrice, I saw China come on up in here. I had to get my videos up. So somebody told me the other day, they said, Brandi, I don't see you posting your content. I don't see you posting. You don't post your fitness content anymore. I don't see your fitness content anymore. And guess what I said? But baby, I'm still up in the gym working on my fitness every single day. Okay, so I'm up in the gym, but I said, let me go ahead. So I'll be dropping the video from this morning. I'll drop it this evening. All right. So how y'all doing? It's Winning Wednesday. Honey, they said, honey, they're on it with those videos. Erica, listen, they not playing. They tagging me in them. And I want y'all to tag me in them because I got more people who have jumped on this challenge. You know why? Because Carly, y'all know why they done jumped on this challenge? Because y'all saw the before and after. Y'all saw I'm not playing out here in these streets. They said, well, what is Brandi doing? Let me find out. And so, listen, I done started this challenge. You in the 100 Club. Yes, go live, Carly. Okay. Just hit your freaking live, Carly. Oh, my God. Lord have mercy. She does not go live. Listen, Digital Jada said, we saw those ab rolls, that core strong. Let me tell y'all, here's a True Bulldog said receipts. Come on. Miss Patrice, that means Chi-Town's in the building. I see you checking in. She said she's still dating 145, honey. She's still in love with 145. She's still dating 145. Okay, listen. So listen, Miss China said because the results spoke for themselves. Let me say this. Let me say this. Your girl ain't been playing. And I said that somebody told me Carly waving on her live like she roomy.
I feel like roomy. I feel like roomy. Hey, everybody. Hey.
Carly over here waving on her live like she roomy.
Hey, first day at work.
It's her first day. First day at the job. We'll see how she feel in 2 weeks.
Hey,
listen,
guys, going live.
Carly's live. She over here. She doing this. Hey y'all. I wish I could see Carly on her live, baby, because she over here. Listen,
it's gonna be fun, y'all. I have a whole announcement, but I'm waiting for Brandi to get done with her challenge.
So, y'all, I had to post this. Somebody said, Brandi, that's not the same dress.
Yes, it is.
Somebody said, Brandi, the dress that you had on, that's not the same dress. I said, it's the same dress. Y'all, it's the exact same dress. Carly was with me that night. It's the exact same dress. Somebody said it's not the same dress. It's the same dress. It's just same different dress, body. Different body. Oh, come on, church. Same dress, different body. Okay? Listen, same dress, different body. So I am going to join Carly in on this live that we got going on over here. I'm gonna move this.
Hi.
Okay, she's roomy. Roomy's at work, y'all. I will be a protector. Roomy is at work, y'all. Roomy is in the building.
Hey.
So Carly, go ahead and say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I was waiting for my grand introduction.
I was not.
Here I.
Ooh.
That's why she don't have no guests on here besides Paul. She get a little okay.
I don't have no guests on Winning Wednesday. No. We don't do guests on Winning Wednesday.
But so excited to be here with you today, Brandi. So excited.
I know. I'm excited to have you here, Carly. Oh, let me try to turn but I have a very rigged up setup that I don't really want y'all to see how rigged it is. This here setup I got going on behind. It's a tablet. It's a Uncle Nearest bottle holding, making the tablet not lean. So yeah. Hi, Carly's audience. Good to see y'all. It's Winning Wednesday.
For those of you who don't know, this is Brandi, Harvey, my sister. We're twins. Yes. I feel that there's always someone who's going to be like, I didn't know y'all was twins. Yeah. Always. It never fails. All these years.
Listen, thank you so much. We appreciate that. They said, hey, twin. They said they love when the dynamic duo is in the building. Miss Jacqueline Glass, good to see you in the building. It's Winning Wednesday. Cherie said, I just requested permission on the form. Also, I'm excited that Carly is joining you today.
Yes,
Nakia, make sure we're going to make sure, Nakia, that everybody has access to the form, because I think it was asking requests. That is also why I put that May challenge form up, because I said we can't lose the momentum. All right. So, y'all, if you, Dr. Kevin said, wait, Uncle Nearest bottle. Listen, it's holding it up. It is a sealed bottle. The bottle has never been opened.
It's so Negro rigged.
I have this because my tablet has like the keyboard and thing attached, but when it doesn't sit all the way up. So give me enough thing on it. So she said, look at me watching. Erica said she watching YouTube and IG. All right, so if you watch, I want you to drop in the chat, hey, H-Town, Houston's in the building. Nakia says she sees the responses. You know, Shaka said this challenge has been everything, Brandi. Bring on the summer. Let me tell y'all, I took my before picture for June. I took it. I can't wait to see what we look like in at the end of June.
Amen.
Of doing these abs. Here's the thing, before I go ahead and introduce Carly to talk about her classes she has coming up this Saturday here in Atlanta, before I introduce Carly, I want y'all to know this. The 100, for everybody who is joining the 100 club, for everybody who is joining the 100 club, here's what my training partner said to me this morning. She said, Brandi, she was like, when you say 100, it just feels like it's too much. She was like, but then when you do it, she said, it really is not bad at all. And I was like, exactly. The 100 is just a baseline. 100 abs. You can do the crunches. You can do sit-ups. You can do reaches. You can do jackknives. You can do mountain climbers. You can do the ab wheel. You can do the crunch machine. However it is that you want to get your abs in, that's how you get it in. See, now I'm gonna tell y'all, because I'm an overachiever.
Okay.
Carly is getting a phone call from her husband because he does not know that she's on live. He doesn't know. He doesn't expect her to be on live.
I told him that. I talked to him driving over. I told him. That's what's so. It never fails. Oh.
So y'all, you can do 100. Here's the thing. You can do it any way you want. You want to break it up into 10 sets of 10, do it that way. You want to break your 100 up into 4 sets of 25, do it that way. Here's what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. You don't have to do this. You just got to hit your 100. I've been doing 100. I've been doing 4 sets of 25 on the ab wheel. And I've been doing 4 sets of 25 on the crunch machine. Now, this morning, I ended up doing a whole lot more because abs were already a part of our training workout. But I just want y'all to know, you don't have to stop at 100.
Okay.
You can go above and beyond. You can go above and beyond. They said Carly is frozen. That's because her husband was calling. And then she's probably not on Wi-Fi. She probably did not get on Wi-Fi when she came up here into the office. She didn't get on Wi-Fi, but that's okay. Tracy said I had to come to yours. That's all right, Tracy. You're right here where you're supposed to be. Amen. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna jump back in the challenge because y'all know average is the enemy. Thank you so much, one God. She said it. Okay, Carly's going. You're okay. Carly. How can I focus on myself when there's so much going on around me?
Yeah.
So I think she is going to close out of her live. And I think she's going to get on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there is a passcode for the Wi-Fi that you're going to have to get.
Yeah.
Nakia, can you send Carly the passcode to her phone? Can you text it to her, the Wi-Fi, please, so she can log onto the Wi-Fi in the office? That would be awesome. All right, so here we go. While Carly is doing that, I'm gonna
It seems a little ghetto, but it's not, y'all. It seems we're not, but we are. We're gonna get it together. Hold on.
You doing good with more. You doing good with more.
Clearly with less.
We're doing good. I think maybe she was talking about the abs. Doing more. I think you're doing good with more. I don't think they were talking about you, Carly. They haven't quite got what you here for yet. While Carly is setting up her live, don't, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's really, it's
you know what,
so
but-
informal. This
yeah,
is
for
not
sure.
Bought and Powers Talks.
No
It's not.
shit. No shit.
It's not Bought and Powers Talks. Okay? It's not Bought and Powers Talks. Here is why I think, and Miss Patrice, she dropped it over here on YouTube. She said, I am capable of more.
Yeah.
Here's what I want y'all to understand, and why we're doing this challenge. I said I wasn't even planning on doing a challenge as we were coming into June, but Nakia and I were sitting on after we got off last week, after I got off the challenge with you guys, and I was like, I feel like we need something for June. We got to keep this momentum going, because I think people are just like really feeling what they're doing. They're feeling moving their body in this way. They're feeling it. Let me say this, y'all. I spoke at a virtual event on this past Saturday over in Africa. I spoke to the Young Entrepreneurship Assembly over in Africa. It's one of the largest youth entrepreneurship organizations on the continent of Africa. I spoke virtually on Saturday. And when I tell you, I gave them the same talk that I've been giving y'all for the last couple of weeks. Shad, you did not miss anything. You are right where you're supposed to be. So come on in. Welcome over here on YouTube for Winning Wednesday. I gave them the averages the enemy speech, right? And I said, are you willing to get in the 4% club? Now, this is before I launched the challenge on Sunday. I knew I was going into the 100 club, but then I said to them on Saturday, I said, are you willing to get in the 4% club? And they said, what's the 4% club? I said, because 4% is 1 hour of your day. If you are willing to give yourself 1 hour of your day, guess what you have now entered? You've entered the 4% club. Now, imagine if you get in the 4% club during that 1 hour and you say, on top of the 4% club, I'm going to go ahead and walk into the 100 club. I'm going to go ahead, and while I'm here, since I have my own attention, since I have captivated my own life, what am I going to do? I am going to do a little bit more. I'm going to go a little bit higher. I'm going to soar a little bit higher in my life. You know why? Because I'm capable of more. Right? I'm capable of more. Miss Patrice said this June Church Basement Ministry is not going on vacation. We are not going on vacation. We're not giving up, because you know why? Average is the enemy. You know why? Because there is so much more that we've been called to do in our lives. There is so much more that we have been called to accomplish in our lives, but it's going to require us to do more, to give more, to become more, the better version of ourselves. Okay. I need you. So if you are locked in on this June challenge, this morning, let me go ahead and say, Jackie, I got to shout out Jackie, my training partner, Jackie. She trains at 6. I train at 7 a.m. Jackie this morning, she been on the challenge. All the ladies in the gym have locked in on the challenge. And she said, Brandi, she said, Kamina is acting like you giving away $25,000 on this challenge. She said she is trying to do way too much on this challenge. And I said, you know what? Because she's capable of more, Jackie. And she is too. Let me say, Jackie is a beast. Jackie goes hard every single morning. Jackie is in that gym every morning at 6 a.m. going hard. And you know why? Because she knows what she is capable of. She is a former fitness competitor. She's in the tech industry. She knows that in order to perform at her highest level, she got to be performing in the morning for herself first, right? And so I want y'all to understand, y'all are not alone out here. For some reason, For some reason, I have hit this domino in my life. And because I have hit this domino in my life, guess what? It has been a trigger. It has been the ignition. It has been the spark for everybody else. And so I get so excited when I walk into the gym and the ladies in the gym are like, we doing the challenge. I get so excited when I get the DMs from women who say, Brandi, I'm all in. I'm doing this challenge, who send me the messages. You know why? Because I know that we all want to hit a higher height in our lives. If you want to hit a higher height, if you want to go to another level, I want you to drop your praise hands in the chat. I want you to go ahead and drop your praise hands. I want you to go ahead and drop some claps. I want you to go ahead and drop some money. I want you to go ahead and drop some balls in the chat. Here is why. Because you are so locked in on yourself. They said, where do you find the challenge? Here's the challenge. You don't have to find it nowhere. You came right here for a reason. June challenge. You're doing the 100 club. You are doing 100 abs every day. You're doing 100 squats. On top of the fact that you are still doing cardio, you are still drinking your water. And look at all the people who said, I'm capable of more. Look at all the people who said average is the enemy. Look at all the people who are saying, you know what? There's something bigger that I want to accomplish in my life. It's going to require more of me. I keep telling y'all all the time, there is a blessing with your name on it, but it might require you to go run. It might require you to go sit yourself up. Listen, it might require you to do something that you've never done before in order to get the thing that you so desperately want, need, and desire in your life. Look at everybody on Instagram dropping in the chat. They are here. They focused. You know why? Because they like, I'm capable of more, and average will forever be the enemy. Okay, so all my people who are locked in, if you want the link right now, you need to come over to YouTube. All right, if you want the link right now to join the challenge, you need to come on over to YouTube and you need to join us right over here on the Vault YouTube page, and you can get the link because Nakia is dropping all the links in the challenge. All right, to all my people who have already started joining my community, who are joining the Reset community, who know that you are ready to reset your life, who have already started joining my community, my monthly group, our first class is next week. So if you have not joined, this ain't no Winning Wednesday class, okay? This is not the Winning Wednesday class. I'm on a new level. Oh. I'm on a new level, all right? So for everybody who signs up for Zandra said I signed up for the challenge just now. Shaka said June challenge up front and center. So if you want the link right now to sign up, we are going to be probably doing some giveaways over there. If you sign up for the June challenge, if you signed up for the May challenge, you get a free water bottle. We're sending you a water bottle. Don't tell me you can't drink your water and you ain't signed up for the challenge. You know why you can't drink your water? Because you ain't signed up for the challenge. You know why you can't get your water in? Because you have not signed up for the challenge. Look at this.
You like a water bottle.
It's a free Vault Empowers on the go water bottle.
You don't like discipline. You like a water bottle. Okay, got it.
You don't like discipline. You lack a water bottle.
I love that.
No, you know what it is? You don't like discipline.
Okay.
You don't like discipline. You don't like that. I was about to say something, but I'm gonna just no.
I got nervous. My eyes got big.
Your eyes got big.
I was like, what?
Listen, I think one guy said, I think the post lady stole my water bottle because I never got it. Oh, I don't know about that. We gonna make sure. We're gonna make sure. Nakia, we're gonna make sure Wanda has a water bottle. All right. So make sure you send me a message and we'll confirm, make sure we get your water bottle set up. Are you live, Kay?
No, I was waiting on you to get more. I felt like it was too much of a.
No, just go ahead. Just go ahead. They don't ever see you go live. They don't know what you about to talk about. They don't never see Carly go live. They don't know. Mine is gonna cut off because it's gonna hit my max on Instagram for the day. So give me 1 second. If I go blank on Instagram,
what is the max on
Instagram? I have a time limit set so I can get off Instagram.
Oh,
yeah, okay. I set a timer for myself.
So hey guys, I'm back. Brandi's gonna introduce me.
All right.
But I am back.
Let me turn a little bit for the people on Instagram.
Know, they can see the Uncle Near's body.
I know.
You got it all rigged up.
I know. They see it. Y'all see it.
All right.
That's how we got to get it done. All right. So without further ado, if you saw my season 3 opener on Vaught and Powers Talks, if you saw my season 3 opener with the one and only Carly Harvey, she said in that episode, I don't want the King James version of sex. Amen. Some of y'all took that and y'all ran with it. Y'all didn't even watch the full episode.
Did not.
But here we are, because Carly Harvey Raymond has a new class, an in-person class that she is hosting this Saturday here in Atlanta. Carly Harvey Raymond.
Hey, I am so happy to be here, Brandi. And I'm so happy to be a part of your challenge. For my audience who has just joined, Brandi is doing her 100 challenge, where you do 100 squats and 100 abs every day for the month of June. All right.
Thank you for sharing that.
Okay, I know that was helpful. I knew that was helpful for those who are.
I know, it's super helpful. So tell us about your class that you have coming up this Saturday here in Atlanta. It is live. It is not a free class. It is a purchased class. All right. So Nakia will be dropping that information in the chat over here on YouTube, where you can purchase your ticket to come to Carly's class. It is this Saturday.
Yes. So I am hosting a pleasure class this Saturday. For those of you who are unfamiliar with some of the things that I do, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm also a certified sex educator. And so I focus on pleasure. I focus on owning your pleasure for women. I focus on building confidence in yourself sexually, but also focus on finding the things that bring you pleasure, not just erotic pleasure, but the things that bring you pleasure, whether that's taking a new dance class or taking a painting class, or maybe that's just finding time to do the things that you truly enjoy. And so I help you unlock the confidence within yourself to walk boldly in the world and to walk into your purpose.
I love that. Are you going to be talking about purpose or pleasure this weekend?
I think it's all connected this weekend. So this weekend, your purpose is definitely tied to your pleasure. I think when we're able to unlock the things that we truly want, need, and desire, I think we're able to walk fully into what God has called us to do. And so many of us take God out of our experiences, but God is in everything and God is in all things. And so I look at that even as in the form of pleasure. And so, yeah, I do focus on not just erotic pleasure, but, maybe it's just taking time for yourself, getting to know yourself a little bit better. But I think it's also, building the confidence in us to show up fully embodied when we have our sexual experiences. And so how do we communicate? How do we communicate our wants, needs, and desires? How do we talk about sex openly and freely? And how do we get the sex we truly desire and deserve?
How do we get the sex that we truly desire and deserve? Now, for all those people, so Stacy, who just logged on YouTube, the challenge invite, the sign up is in the notes in the chat. Nakia will be dropping it periodically, and it will say June challenge. So as you come in over on YouTube, the challenge is going to be there. How do we get the sex that we truly desire and deserve? Because there are going to be a lot of people who want to come to your class, Carly, and they are going to be wondering whether or not are you going to be teaching me some sex tips and tricks? Should I bring a pillow to ride on during this class? Is there a grapefruit that's going to be pulled out?
Oh, okay. No. But I think what it is us figuring out the things that keep us from pleasure. And I think that's talking and unlocking the things that steal pleasure from us, that take pleasure away from us, which is trauma, stress, and not feeling like you can be a part of your body, be in your body. So stress, trauma, shame. Stress, trauma, and shame completely take pleasure away from us. And so when we talk about the things that we have been conditioned to believe that it's shameful about our sexuality, but also our experiences. When we talk about the things that have left a mark on us as far as trauma, but also the stresses of life, whether that's work or family, maybe that's medication. It's all the things when our health is impacted. How does it impact our sex lives?
So, for all those asking, I see the questions over on Instagram and I see them on YouTube. The class that Carly is hosting is an in-person class.
Yeah, so if you're in the city of Atlanta, if you're in Atlanta this Saturday, I will be hosting an in-person class. So I host classes pretty much monthly. And so this is a great time for us to build connection, for you to build community. And so we get to laugh, share, but we also get to learn. And I think that's what's most important. We have cocktails, we have light bites and refreshments.
I will say this, the classes are very fun. They are a great time. She hosted one last month at the Nouveau Bar out on the South Side. And it was super fun.
Yeah.
We had a really great time at the class.
Yeah. And so what we end up doing is I use games, I use different tools in which women can learn about sex. And so most of us have been having sex for a long time, but we're not having the sex we truly desire. And so we may be having sex, it may be extremely performative for us, but is it pleasurable for us?
Ooh, child, I want y'all to go ahead and drop in the chat. Are you having pleasurable sex? I want you to go ahead, give a water emoji. Splash. Okay. Give a water emoji if you are having the sex you truly desire and deserve.
And I think this is the thing. I think I get a lot of questions for women who are like, well, I'm not currently with a partner. I'm currently single, or I'm celibate or abstinent, or all of these things.
Oh, Tracy said, I am, honey. We got the splashes going on Carly's page. Oh, yes, here they are.
But I think what I need people to understand is that you can be single, you can be married, you can be in partnership, you can be in a situationship, a very complicated situationship, you can be having sex or not having sex, celibate or abstinent. But at some point, we're going to have to talk about the conversation revolving around sex and what it looks like for us. And so when we talk about sex, I want it to be a great space where we can share, we can laugh, but we can also learn. And so I think that comes with breaking down the barriers of shame. It breaks down the barriers of what we've experienced, trauma, and being sensitive and compassionate to that, and empathizing with people who have had trauma, severe, or what we consider to be, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal, but it was. And so trauma lands in our body in a number of ways. And so when we have classes, it's a great way for us to experience each other as women and talk about our shared experiences, but also understand that we're not alone in our experiences.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this, for anybody who is in the Atlanta area and you are free on this Saturday night and you want to come to the pleasure class that Carly is hosting.
It's called Own Your Pleasure.
It's called Own Your Pleasure. It's called Own Your Pleasure, YouTube. It's called Own Your Pleasure, Instagram.
Own it, yes.
So you're going to own your pleasure. The class is a really good time. And here's what I really want y'all to understand about this class. And Karen, you are not late to the party. You are right on time. Here's what I want you guys to understand about Carly's class. It is intergenerational.
Yes.
So this is mothers and daughters. This is aunties and cousins.
Yeah.
This is besties. This is friends. This is sister friends. I had one of my gym training partners was there. Super Friends group was there. It's a very nice mix of 20-somethings all the way up to 60-somethings who are at the party.
And I think that's what makes the class so fun, is that you have all of these people who have all of these different experiences. You have women who have been married for 40 plus years. You have women who are single. And so you don't need a man to come to the class. I think that's the misconception, is that you have to be currently having sex to actually talk about sex and to actually create awareness around your own sexuality. We don't wait until we get into something to learn about it. we actually gain the knowledge beforehand. So when we do enter into a sexual relationship, we have the language to express ourselves, but we also have the confidence to say, I'm willing to explore with you, I'm willing to get honest with you, and I want to have an open mind with you. And so we don't have to have a man to talk about sex. We don't have to be married to talk about our sexual experience.
Ooh, child, don't let these people on some of y'all on YouTube who got up in the comments, child, or who saw us live on the stage at Dr. Trim's event for Hardly Initiated. Don't let some of y'all get up in here, because let y'all tell you can't talk about sex unless it's under the covenant, honey.
But you know what? And I think that's where we do ourselves a disservice. A lot of us grew up in the church, and a lot of us grew up with this way of thinking, is that I don't talk about sex, I don't initiate sex, I don't have sex until I'm married. But then when I'm married, I'm supposed to know all the things there are to know about sex. I'm supposed to know all the freaky tips and tricks. I'm supposed to know how to spin around on it. I'm supposed to know how to
take your shirt off, twist it around your head, spin it like a helicopter.
And so we do ourselves a disservice, especially as women, because oftentimes shame is for women to experience. It's not for men to experience, but women. And so when we think about what has been embedded in us as a belief system about what sex is, I'm here to tell you, take all of that away. Like, throw that in the trash can, because that does not serve you at this point in time. We are here to talk about sex in a way that is nurturing, that is caring, but also says to you, like, even if you're not having sex and you don't have a man, at some point, even if you have the desire at some point down the line to have sex, we're going to have to talk about the things that actually bring us pleasure.
Yeah. We have to talk about the things that bring us pleasure. So what are you most excited about, people who are coming to the class this weekend?
What was that?
What are you most excited about with people coming to the class this weekend?
What am I most excited about? I'm sorry, I don't know why I didn't hear that. It sounded a little like
Oh, okay. We're on live. We're on live. Hi guys, we're here. We're on live. I don't know why I sound like baby. I don't know. Did I not speak? Did I not enunciate? Did I not enunciate?
All right. So what am I most excited about? I'm excited about seeing you. I'm excited about seeing
me.
You. Not you.
Drake.
Not you. I see you all. I'm excited about seeing all the people who are interested about learning, about sharing, and about creating community and connection. That's what I'm interested in. So I think what is so powerful is that when women get together, and I've had people who come to my classes every time I've hosted, like every time I've done a class, they come and they say, Carly, I learned something different every time.
They never expect it. They never expect the class to be what it is.
No.
They never expect the class to be what it
is. They think like, I'm going to be just like this is like maybe like a bedroom candy thing or a pure romance party. She's not
selling bedroom candy.
I'm not. I'm really not.
She's not selling lubes at this event.
Like, this is all about you having the conversation around sex and starting to get comfortable with talking about sex in a way that that you feel inspired, that you feel empowered, that you feel confident. That's what this is about. I think when we have been so conditioned to believe that sex is so taboo, but guess what? We've experienced sex in some way. Our parents had to have sex for us to get here.
Right.
Okay. And so when we're talking about sex, we want to talk about sex in a meaningful way, but a way that is impactful, that we change our experiences when it comes to sex,
They're asking, how can I join if I'm not in the Atlanta area? This is a live class. So what Carly is hosting on this Saturday is a live class. She does host virtual classes. So we want you to make sure that you are staying connected. You got your notifications on. You are following Carly, because she will be dropping when she is going to host a virtual class. And you never know, for all my people who are in my community who are joining my subscription every single month, Carly may be teaching a class virtually for you guys coming up really soon. So that's your incentive.
Because when we talk about fitness and we talk about health, sex is a part of our fitness and sex is a part of our health.
Oh my God, Carly, I want you to talk about it, because I just had this conversation this morning with someone who is morbidly obese.
Okay.
And in having the conversation with someone who was morbidly obese, and he expressed that part of why he wants to lose weight is to improve his sex life.
Yeah. Because, I mean, let's be real about it. When we're experiencing health challenges, or we're extreme, or we're overweight, guess what? It impacts how we feel sexually. It impacts how we show up confidently. So many people are saying, oh, well, keep the lights off, or I don't want the lights on, or let me put my t-shirt on, or let me do this.
Baby, a t-shirt, honey.
Okay, well, guess what? Everyone doesn't feel comfortable enough to show their body to people.
Yeah.
And so, but that comes with us being confident enough that no matter the size, we can still have a pleasurable experience. But our weight and our size sometimes can impact the way we feel and show up in the bedroom, but it can also impact our stamina. It can impact the different positions we're able to get in, because when you are a certain size, it may be a little more challenging. Your knees may hurt a little more. You don't have the arm strength to hold up your body. There are certain things that become a little more difficult if we are not in shape. And so, part of your 100 squats challenge to make them knees a little stronger.
Baby, drop down and get your eagle on, girl. Okay. Come on. This is it. And I think that's such an important point, because I think sometimes we do look at sex as like it's the thing over here. And then our fitness is the thing over here. And then how we eat is the thing over here. And how we show up every day is the thing over here. We kind of treat them all as these separate things. But no,
they all come together.
Yeah.
So what we eat affects how it impacts how we show up sexually. If we eat a bowl of beans, well, then that may impact the gas that we're experiencing. Don't nobody want to be having sex, they farting all over the place. That's not cute. But farts happen, so that's all right if it does. But we don't want that to be like, oh, my stomach is tight, or, we want to eat fruits and drink our water, because if we think about sex as something that requires a lot of hydration, why your water bottle is so important in drinking your water is because sex requires a lot of hydration. If you even think about how much water it takes to keep blinking your eyes back and forth.
How much does it take?
A whole hell of a lot. Okay. A whole hell of a lot. It takes moisture. It takes moisture to even blink our eyes, to keep talking when our mouth, what it takes moisture.
Yeah.
So imagine if we want to keep having sex, guess what? It takes moisture.
Yeah.
It takes fluid. It takes hydration. And so when we're eating well and we are hydrated,
when we're eating well, when we're giving a damn, when we're moving our bodies,
guess what? It makes us, it allows us to show up better sexually. And so, yeah, your health impacts the way we show up in the bedroom. It definitely does. If we're on certain medication, okay, if we're on certain medication, it drops our libido. We don't want to have sex as much. We are in a society where a lot of people in our culture are on antidepressants.
There are over 300 million prescriptions in America. Over 300 million prescriptions in America.
Yeah, we are the most medicated of all people, of the people globally. Americans are the most medicated people. And so how medication impacts how we show up sexually. We don't have the same libido. We don't have the same interest in sex, but also men may experience erectile dysfunction. Women may experience not being able to get as wet because medication. It all has an impact, right?
I mean, it totally does. I think this is I think what we fail to realize, and this is what my goal and mission has always been, is to let people know that everything is connected.
Yes.
Right? Everything is connected. And I think you even bringing this up to the forefront of our minds to say, even when we look at our sex lives, what we eat, what we think, how we feel, our confidence in ourselves, how we are able to move our bodies, all plays into the sexual experiences that we have.
Yeah. I mean, just think about it. If we're working out and feeling really good about ourselves, why wouldn't I want to show my partner my hard work? Why wouldn't I want to show off and I want to put on sexy lingerie, or he actually buy some new drawers? Like, those things are important. And so when we feel
and it's not just about us, and I want this to be really clear for the guys who are watching, this is not just about women doing the work to be sexy and doing the work and taking another class so they feel confident in themselves in their pleasure in the bedroom. This is a two-way street. So this is about men also.
And this is the thing. Men actually ask me more questions. Men ask me. Brandi was at my last class last month, and there was a guy who just happened to come in. He just came in, and he just, kept asking questions. So men have the desire to learn. What we find, though, in the sex education space is that women actually take the time to take the class, read the new book, listen to the podcast. They're going to sign up for all the little things to learn the tips and the tricks, right? Because we've also been taught as women to be performative. So we've been taught that pleasure was not ours as long as he's satisfied, that it's all good. But we haven't learned how to take control of our own pleasure. And so what happens is we take all the classes, and I'm going to learn this new trick and this new dip, and I'm going to move this way and that way. But we're not asking ourselves, what do I enjoy out of this experience? How do I like to move my body to feel good, that the pleasure I feel is at the forefront of my mind and not just his pleasure or our partner's pleasure. Okay. And so even when we talk about, people ask questions about, all the time about, oh, how do I ride better? Or how do I do this better? Or how to get better head or whatever. But it's all about how your partner feels, and not like what just feels good to you. How you like to ride, how you like to be in control, or you like to be submissive or dominant, or whatever the case may be. We have to start answering those questions and getting clear on what we like, what we want, and what we desire. And then we can show up confidently to actually say, like, guess what, baby, I love this. I want to see this from you. I want to do this with you.
Well, I think that that's what more women need, right? More women want to be able to have a safe space, to be able to communicate and say, hey, I want to be able to say what I want. I want to be able to say what I need. I want to be able to, Stephanie says she's doing her squats while she's watching this. Okay. And so, and even we got Bermuda in the building. When we are feeling unattractive, we don't want to show our bodies to anyone. And so I think that all these are such great points. What can people expect to walk on Saturday?
I think what people are going to walk away with is a new way of. They're going to walk away with a renewed sense of their mind. An open mind. They're going to start to get radically honest about what they truly desire and deserve in the bedroom. And then they're going to walk away with tools to actually explore what sex looks like for them, what it looks like for them at this age or stage in their life. And also getting curious about things. I think the idea how we continue to grow is not saying, well, this is how I've always done it and this works for me. It's about getting curious about the evolution of who we are, the evolution of our partners, the changes in which our relationships have experienced, but the changes we've experienced. And then how do we say, man, I desire something new, I want something new, I don't really know how to go about it right now, but I'm interested in learning. And so this is for the person that is interested in learning, who's interested in getting curious about who they are right now and not who they were, what turned them on before, but what they want now. They may be perimenopausal or experiencing full-blown menopause. You may be someone who has just had a baby. And so you're navigating what motherhood looks like and what your new role in the world looks like in your body and in your new sense of womanhood. And so when we experience all of these different things, we are awakening a new person, a new part of ourselves. We're unlocking this new little room inside of us, and we're like, okay, well, I need to figure out what's going on in there. And so I think that's what this is for. That's always what I try to give to my students and my the ladies in my community, but also when I do classes or talk to men. I think it's the same thing, you know. I will be offering a class for men, but I do focus right now on my ladies.
I mean, here's what I want. If you are getting anything from this, if you are excited about this, I think the more, drop an emoji in the chat. I want you to drop some notes. I want you to drop some love, some heart for Carly, for the work that she's continuing to do to empower women to own their pleasure, to lean into their pleasure in this season. They said, I wish I lived closer. I'm in New Jersey. Wherever you are, right? I think the more love Carly gets on this live, guess what? It's going to invigorate her. It's going to ignite her to then do her virtual class. I mean, and you never know. If you are joining my group, if you're joining the Reset with Brandi group, if you're joining my monthly subscription, then you already know our first class will be next Thursday. And who knows? Carly may be teaching a class next Thursday. Bermuda, listen, she's got some things I can teach. I think that we all have something that we are gifted for in this season of our lives, right? Carly just so happens to lean into the fact that she wants women to experience pleasure in a life that they truly desire and deserve.
Yeah.
She wants them to experience things and go to different heights that they never have experienced before. And that takes courage, that takes bravery, and the same thing is going to take for you to walk into this new season and chapter into your own life. They said, awesome, Carly, keep up the great work. True Bulldog dropped you a message in here earlier and said she's excited for you. Keep up the great work. Karen on YouTube says, my husband is decent and I'm not in the dating pool. I don't know if I will enter in it anytime soon. Just trying to get fit and look good for myself. My husband is decent. I don't.
Okay.
Now, Karen.
Now,
Karen, I don't know
Karen,
where.
Are you silently divorcing or what is happening, Karen? Karen. Karen. Hey, girl. Just curious of what's happening there.
Karen, we might need a little more info. We might need you to drop a little more info in the chat over here on YouTube. Because, baby, Karen, we don't know. She said, my husband is decent. And I'm not in the dating pool. So I don't know. I don't know what decent. We need a little more clarity, Karen. I need you to come on back in this chat, baby. Listen, they said decent. Karen, this class may be for you. They said, Karen, this class may be for you. Listen. So Marlene says, I don't have any problems. It's just I'm pregnant and now a little chubby. Here's what I want you guys to take away. And this is the myth that we're going to bust today. Just because you want to own your pleasure, it has nothing to do with I don't have any problems in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I want y'all to remove that. So everyone who oh, she meant deceased. Oh my God. Oh, Karen.
Oh, she meant deceased. Okay. Okay, Karen, we are very sorry.
Thank you, Karen.
Loss,
yes,
Karen.
Yes, we are. Lord, have
Lord.
my God.
Oh my
baby,
God.
said I read decent.
I saw
decent. She said he is deceased.
Girl, deceased.
Deceased. But it said decent, y'all. I can read. It said decent.
Now I think they changed it. There was an edit done.
Yeah.
It said decent at first. It said decent.
I read it twice.
Oh, I did too because I said decent. But Karen meant deceased, y'all. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. She meant deceased, honey. Deceased. Not decent. He was a decent man.
He was a good man. He was a good man. He was a good man. He was a good man
when he was here.
Amen.
Amen. We are so
sorry.
Sorry, Karen.
Lord have mercy. Okay. So Miss Karen, you're not interested right now in getting out in the dating pool. You're just trying to get fit for yourself. We totally understand that. Yeah. We totally understand that. I know y'all going in on us right now.
I got
Carly the God.
I did. I said, oh, because she said decent.
Did.
And I said, well, you silently divorcing on the internet. But then it was It was you see how miscommunication can happen.
This, you know what?
This is a prime example.
Oh, why y'all don't need to be texting in y'all relationship?
No, okay. What? That's what you say.
Yeah, that was my.
That was not what I was thinking.
Oh, what was you thinking? Okay,
that wasn't it. I was thinking how. There can be miscommunication in any relationship.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking, see, texting it goes left.
At any time, not texting.
Okay, got it. You see that?
Yeah, because we decent and deceased are not the same.
They are not. They're not the same.
Fairly close in the
very
dictionary.
Close in the dictionary. Very close in the
fairly.
Yeah, very close.
Fairly, in the but not what we were. Okay, he was a decent man when he was here, ladies and gentlemen. A very.
But okay. Thank you. One guy said this was a teachable moment. Thank you very much, Wanda. We appreciate that. Here, but I want to go back to Marlene, because Marlene said, I'm just, I don't have any problems. I'm just chubby right now because I'm pregnant. I want y'all to dispel this myth. I want y'all to take this out of your mind. That to come to this class does not mean you are sexually deficient, that you are sexually inadequate, that you ain't got that good Aquafina wet, baby. We ain't nobody saying that.
This is not, and that's why I want people to understand. In order to receive education and learn more, you do not have to experience a problem.
You don't have to be in a deficit,
There does not have to be. We learn because we want to know more. How we have better sex is because we have more information. When we have more information, guess what? We're able to talk about and communicate our needs more effectively and efficiently. So we don't just get information just to say, there's a problem or I'm not satisfied. You can have the most satisfying experience and still be in a position to learn something new, to enhance our experience. I don't look at things as being problematic in order for you to then seek help. We get maintenance on things before there is a problem.
Yeah.
We actually learn things before there is something that has come up that has been problematic in our relationship. We talk about things in order for us to learn, to communicate, and to actually be able to express the things that we're going to be feeling. Guess what? You may be having amazing sex in your relationship right now. You may be having amazing time in your relationship. But then what happens when there is this ebb and flow in the relationship and you want to experience something different, but you're afraid to talk to your partner about it, or you're apprehensive about bringing up something new to your partner? How do you then find the language to talk about the new things that you want, the new things that you desire? Because the things that we wanted in our 20s are different from the things that we want in our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. And most people think, I don't think people in their 70s and 80s are having sex. They absolutely are. I've had women who come to my class who are widows, whose husbands have been gone, and they were married to them for 40 plus 50 years. And they're saying, I still desire that relationship because I had an amazing relationship with my husband. I had amazing sex with my husband. But guess what? I find it challenging. I still want to have this sex to indulge in a sexual part of my life that is meaningful to me, that I truly enjoy, that makes me happy. But guess what? I'm going to be experiencing something with someone new. And so that presents challenges. I've had girlfriends who've been with partners for 20 years and then they get divorced and then are like, well, how do I experience something new? How do I then I've only had this person since I was 20 years old. I've only experienced this person since I was 20. And so you're like, well, shit, I need to figure out something new for me and how to express myself. Perimenopause, that just got brought up. Perimenopause changes our libido. It changes how we're able to get wet.
It changes progesterone, estrogen, testosterone.
Absolutely. And so guess what? When progesterone goes down and our estrogen changes and our testosterone, that impacts how much we want to have sex, who we want to have sex with. It impacts our ability. We get things that didn't get on our nerves a lot more. So you would thought that little shit he was doing was so cute. Now he does it. It's gonna drive you up a wall.
Listen, I mean, here's Miss Jacqueline Glass says, Carly, you're killing the game. Sisters need what you have to share. Power of One Life Coach on YouTube says, I work with clients all the time as a therapist who lack the ability to communicate honestly and openly. Partners think the other person should know what they want and need. That's absolutely not true.
That is so true. We automatically think because we've been in long-term partnership that they're going to know exactly what we want. Oh my God, I've been with him for 25 years. He knows. No. If you're not talking about sex, if you're not talking about the new things that turn us on, the new things that we desire, guess what? We're not going to experience it. The couples who actually have the best sex, even in long-term relationships, are the couples that talk constantly and communicate effectively and efficiently about their sexual needs, their sexual wants, and their sexual desires. And so we think people know what we want.
Yeah.
No, I told y'all on Bond and Powers, they not a bond. They cannot read your mind.
I can read your mind, babe.
No, they can't. You know, and we've been conditioned to believe that when we engage in sex, it should be easy and effortless. That it should be so easy. We're going to go in here and it's going to be like the movies. Well, no, it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't always happen like that. We have to be willing to talk about the things we really want, to communicate. And guess what? That's tough sometimes. If we haven't talked about sex, if we haven't had a conversation about sex in 15 years, we just get to it. Guess what? It might be a little hard.
And I don't know how some of y'all just get into it. Listen.
I'm telling you, I hear a lot of I think we will be very surprised to know how often people are having sex and how people are having sex. Sometimes we think like, oh, I may be into something that's so outlandish and so freaky. Well, then that might be the norm for someone else. You know, you may think, oh, I might be having very vanilla sex. Well, that's not true. That's not true. If we're into just even a little bit of, choking or spanking or anything like that, that's a form of BDSM.
Yeah.
That's a kink.
Yeah, some of y'all like I love when you smack my ass and I call you daddy, baby. That's a BDSM. Some of y'all don't know that. Some of y'all don't know. Some of y'all like, I don't do nothing kinky. I don't do nothing freaky.
And then you be like, oh.
And then when you start listing all the things,
you will be very surprised. It's not as vanilla as you think. And so that's where we dispel the myths about what sex is or what sex could be. And so when we talk about the things that we want to try or the things that maybe, hey, I'm not into that. And so we talk about the things that, okay, I might, maybe if it's your birthday, but you will be very surprised. The average couple is having sex one time a week. The average couple is having sex one time a week. All right. And we think that young people are having more sex. That's not true. Our younger counterparts are not having nearly as much sex as our older counterparts.
Yeah. I don't know if I fall in the young or the old in this, but
you are definitely not old.
But you know what? I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it for Saturday. If you come on Saturday, you'll get to know me better. Listen, you'll get to know me better. Here is what one of the things was: cravings change with our evolution. So, and I'm assuming Shad means the sexual cravings that we have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of those changes.
Absolutely. The things that as we change and our bodies change, especially women, when you look at women who are in their 40s and you notice this, you hear this thing of, women in their prime, men are in their prime in their 20s, women are in their prime. But when you hear all of these things, you're like, okay, well, what's going on here? There are certain neurological changes that are happening. Our bodies are changing. And so we require different things. We require more intimacy. We require more touching. We require more foreplay. So it takes us a little longer to rev up our engines, right? So if you think about it, it's like a car sitting in the driveway when it's cold outside. You got to go heat that thing up, especially if you live in Chicago or Cleveland and Detroit in the winter, right? We got to go turn that car on and heat it up. Think of that just like sex. We need foreplay to turn us on. We got to turn that engine on, let it run for a little while. Average foreplay should last 17 to 37 minutes.
So if he do that signature kiss, kiss your neck, do a little this, and then all right, now I'm ready. No, baby. I need 17 minutes on the clock, baby.
Not enough.
34 minutes on the clock. I
enough.
need you to put your time in. So when we sitting up here complaining, or we're just disgruntled, it is because you aren't putting in the time that is getting me to where I need to be.
Yeah, and most people say, well, Carly, I don't require that much time. I don't require that much time. I do. Okay, but but if we think about it, we need more time. We need to slow it down. And guess what? If you think you're going slow, do it slower. Because when we get to slow ourselves down, we get to actually be in the moment. We actually get to actually
be present,
but use all of our senses in our experiences, touch, taste, smell, when we get to slow down. And so we talk about so many things in the class, but definitely foreplay all day. Foreplay is extremely important in having pleasurable sex.
I mean, I think it is the key to having pleasurable sex.
Communication is actually key.
I think communication is key, but here's also the thing. When I was in my 20s, I was a get up and go kind of girl. But at this age, baby, I need you to talk to me nicely. Okay, I need you to introduce yourself to a few things. Okay, you need to go speak to people. Okay, when you walk in the room, you know how your mom say you better open your mouth when you walk in the room. That's how you gotta tell these Negroes, you better open your mouth when you walk up in the room. Okay, you better speak to people. Okay, yeah. You better open your mouth and speak. Use your words. Listen.
But we need, and you know what is so? There's this book called Magnificent Sex. And in the book, it talks so much about what men and women really want, what makes great sex for people, right? And what's so interesting is we have been conditioned to believe that men and women want totally different things when it comes to sex. We've been taught, oh, men want this, women want this. Oh, men need this, men need. But what we find when we actually sit down and talk to both men and women is really we desire the same things. We desire communication. We desire intimacy. We want deep connection. And most people think that men don't want deep connection. They absolutely do. They want deep connection. They want someone who talks to them. They want someone who is in tune with their own body, but actually asking what they want and not assuming. We think that because we experience sex one way with one person, that is going to work the exact same way with another person. And that's not true. We always are asking our partners, what do you like? What do you want to experience? What do you need? And so when we're asking those questions, we're actually going to be able to become better lovers. Most people think that because they've had a lot of sex, that makes them a great lover.
Yeah, that is so
Quantity does not mean quality.
Amen. Listen, amen. All right, so y'all know we're past our hour of power. Mm-hmm. For all those who are interested, Carly has the link on her bio on Instagram.
Yes.
We're going to make sure it's in the chat over here on YouTube. So if you still want to come, Nakia's going to drop it in the YouTube chat one more time to come buy a ticket. This is not a free event. This is not a free event. This is not a free event. Let me go ahead and say it again. This is not a free event. This is a paid performance. Okay? It's a paid performance. All right. So Carly will be teaching this weekend. It does have a cost attached to it. You can purchase through Eventbrite. So even if you don't want to go look at the link, you can go ahead on Eventbrite and search On Your Pleasure or Carly Harvey Raymond, and you drop it in, and that event is going to come up on Eventbrite.
All right? Guess what? At the class, you get to actually interact with me. So you get to ask questions.
She has visuals.
I have visual aids.
Oh my God.
Games.
Oh my God. Okay. She has visuals. She has visuals. The game, let me say this. She played a game at the last class. This thing was so fun. She had the red flag, green flag. So what's a red flag? What's a green flag? When I tell y'all, we laughed, we talked. You got to understand, you are going to make new friends at this event. We walked away making new contacts with people. You're going to meet new people. You're going to have new experiences. You are going to laugh. You are going to have a wonderful time.
Yeah, it's really fun. I made the class so fun, so interactive.
They said, well, come on to Houston. All right, so we're going to put Put the ball in your court, Erica, over here on Carly's Instagram. Well, get them coins, baby. Get them sponsors ready to pay for her all her travel accommodations or her speaking fee. She would love to come to Houston.
I do classes all the time. It doesn't have to be in Atlanta. This is one just I'm hosting in Atlanta. But yeah, I speak at different events. I'm constantly doing stuff. So yeah, definitely. I would love to come to Houston. I'm telling you, when you experience a class, you're going to be like, I wasn't expecting this. Is not what I was expecting.
I have to interrupt you, Carly, because here's the thing. When I was at the last class, there were a few women who walked in and you could tell they were very apprehensive. Mm-hmm. They were very like, okay, what's this shit about? I don't even know. I'm not even trying to do all this. I know how to have sex, baby. I'm the queen, honey, of sex. I am the queen of sex. Okay, I feel like that's gonna be a meme. Let me stop. So anyway, so there are people who come in with their apprehensions, like you can't tell me nothing.
Right.
But when the class starts and Carly starts to going down and women start to ask questions, there is such an unfolding that happens, and you just see women who may come in with their guard up, who may come in with their armor up, and they just are totally disarmed by this class.
Yeah.
Because what it does is it sparks the curiosity.
Yeah.
It allows you to think and see things in a very different way.
Yeah.
But it also gets you to say, wait a minute. There's a lot that needs to be learned out in this world.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I still don't know. There's a lot that's still available to me. And it's never too late. So this class does not have an age.
No.
You can come at whatever age.
I have all ages. It's so fun. Definitely intergenerational, as Brandi said earlier. But it is a safe space. This is a judgment-free zone. You ask any and everything. We're open to it. This is not one of those. I'm not videoing your questions and you doing that. We do get content, but guess what? I do not post your questions or anything like that or anything that you're asking, because I do like to keep it private. So a lot of honestly, the last class I did, we did video, but usually I don't do any video. I don't do any video because I want people to feel at ease. I want people to feel comfortable when they're talking about things that can be,
sensitive,
very sensitive, very sensitive.
So here's the deal. We've got it. We hear the cries over here on Carly's page. We've seen them in the YouTube. Carly is going to host a virtual class. So this one is in person here in Atlanta live this Saturday evening. It starts at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock this evening here in Atlanta, Georgia. Once you purchase a ticket, you will find out the location. All right. So all the people like, it don't say where it is. It's in Atlanta.
For a reason.
All right. It's in Atlanta. All right. It's in Atlanta. Once you purchase your ticket, then you will figure out where that location will be shared with you. And here's the deal. It's a wonderful experience, but we know for the next time, for all my people who are in Las Vegas, Dion, all the folks who are watching, the next class will be virtual. All right. We're going to already just say it here. Next class will be virtual, but this class is this Saturday, live and in person. Own Your Pleasure, hosted by Carly Harvey Raymond, 7 p.m. Eastern here in the city of Atlanta, Georgia. Light bites, refreshments. There will be cocktails provided. It's a wonderful girls' night out.
Yeah.
So if you're looking
good time
for a girls' night out, that's your girls' night out. So Carly, thank you for joining us here on Winning.
Thank you for
Winning Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us here on Winning Wednesday. You can stay live. It doesn't make me any difference. For all my people, if you have not signed up for the June challenge is here. We in the building, honey. The June challenge, we are already days into this challenge. All right. We started on Sunday. All right. And then we are still going. So here's the deal. 100 squats every single day. 100 abs every single day. You get to pick your poison. You get to choose how you do this. We are still drinking our water, y'all. We are still moving our bodies every single day with some sort of cardio of your choice. But this is for the people who now want to take it up a notch and they want to get in that 100 club. All right. So all my people, thank y'all so much for joining for this special Winning Wednesday. You guys know, until next time. New episode tomorrow drops. Vault Empowers. New episode tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. None other than the wonderful, very talented, very smart, very educated. He is very kind. He is very important. Dr. Bobby Price will be in the building. So we're going to talk about your health, and we're going to be continuing this conversation about sex, because we're going to be talking about them foods that's making your sex drive go down. All right. So until next time, I will see y'all live. I will be live on this Sunday. I will check y'all live on Sunday. I will be live. So if you're not on my text list, be sure to go ahead and sign up on my text list. You already know when I'm going live if you're on my text list. All right. Jacqueline Allen, for my people on YouTube, I signed up for the May challenge but did not receive the water bottle. Your water bottles will be to you by June 10th. Those water bottles are going out, and they will be out by June 10th. We don't send these out ourselves, okay? Lord, we don't. All right. So Nakia has said over here on YouTube that the water bottles, if you sign up for the May challenge, if you signed up, your water bottle will be to you by June 10th. All right. So until next time, you guys, eat well, give a damn, move your body every single